Everyone, it's been a week or more even since we've announced and started serious preparations for our relocation to Romania, and I just wanted to let you know what we've done so far because we've been buzzing with things and maybe we need to slow down a bit, but anyway, here we are at the moment. First, decluttering. Here's how I'm doing it. Well, not we are doing it. We're doing it through Facebook Marketplace, car boot sales, and just donations and tips, of course. Taken stuff to the tip, which was 2 loads only yesterday, and I think a load before that as well. Cluttering in advance is important to us. First of all, we're going to have very limited amount of space for things to take with us, so we need to make sure we take only the important things. And also, I do like recycling. And by recycling, I mean not just putting things into separate bins, plastics and paper and whatnot, but I like giving life to things 2 or 3 times maybe. So I would take things on Facebook Marketplace sometimes which I need, and I would put them on there for small amount of money, or sometimes just to give away for free. We've done a lot of that with furniture, and it went to good cause, which was quite satisfying actually to know. Decluttering first from the house, from taking the most bulky items out, like the dryer, went really well on Facebook Marketplace, or some garden furniture also. That has not been sold yet, but it's in the process. And then we moved on to the garage. Garage is obviously the place where you put things you will probably never need. So it is potentially the Klondike of decluttering. Sell well on car boot are usually small things. Toys go really well, especially for cheap. You don't expect huge money returns on car boot, but it's a chance to get rid of things there on the day and have fun as well. So yeah, we did have a lot of fun. As you can see from my husband's face, he's enjoying it immensely. Sort things out into categories and maybe choose a space. Like we chose garage. On the left side of the garage I have things that we will definitely take with us, and sometimes it could be even the wrapping material, but it's there, we know that it's ready to go, as well as the bags and the boxes they're already packed. On the right side of the garage we have things that are still to go up on the market or need to be sorted out, sorry. So it helps us to pass things over to each other because we have different weekends with my husband, different days off. So the only day we can do things together is Sunday because he works on Saturdays. But he's off on Mondays and he often leaves things till Monday so he can do things in his own pace, because he finds me a little bit stressful and a little bit too pushy sometimes and interfering with his process. So he prefers to leave some of the important things, like dealing with his fish tanks and tons of equipment. That is something that he'll have to be doing on his own on one of those Mondays. I also had a chat with a colleague and a friend of mine about what it's really like living in the UK right now, especially in times of cost of living crisis.
Hello. Okay, Yun, so what do you think? Do you feel the effect of cost of living crisis on your personal life?
Absolutely. Used to go to Nando's and it'd only cost about £12.45 for thighs and 2 sides. Costs about 17 quid now. It's a bit naff. If you want a block of cheese, costs about £3.50 for the cheapest one. Butter's expensive. Everything's expensive. We had a budget of £50 for our food shops, and I've lost my train of thought.
No, well, how much does it normally come up to?
Well, no, usually we only spend just under 30, but we're not too bad. But that's like bare essentials. Like as soon as we want more stuff, or like treats or whatever, even if it's just like 1 or 2 extra treats, it can go up by like a tenner, which just isn't very sustainable. Yeah.
Would you ever consider moving to another country?
Nope.
Why?
That might not be the answer you're looking for. No, all my family and friends are here. I suppose if I was just thinking purely from like an economic perspective, then I think it'd be dumb not to leave the UK, because financially the UK is completely clapped. It just is. You know, for the same amount of money that you put on a deposit here for a very small flat, you could probably get an entire house in another country. So economically, yeah, I would. But just because I've got all my family and friends and everything here, I personally wouldn't. But I can absolutely see why someone else would.
Thank you.
Fun thing and important thing that I started doing this week, actually a couple of days now. Well, we started earlier because my husband was trying to teach me Romanian for a while now, and we've been to the country several times visiting his family, and I did learn a few words, but my language skills in terms of Romanian are very rudimentary. I can say hello, I can wish good morning, but sometimes I wish hello, I confuse hellos and goodbyes. It's obviously a need of practice. We should probably do it more at home. But I find that when you switch language, which you don't really have a full command of, you lose a lot of personality. It's really, really tough to have a full-on conversation with your husband when you're expecting to make jokes, and you can't really make those jokes. It becomes really basic. So I suppose it's okay to do some lessons, but it's really tiring to have a full-on conversation. In fact, I kind of cop out from those ones after the first 10 minutes, which is a bit bad. And I know that I need to get on with learning the language. Romanian is not compulsory and it's not as essential as, for example, in some countries like probably Italy, if you choose to live in rural part of the country. From our multiple visits to the country, we found that a lot of friends and people in the capital particularly, which is where we're looking for the place around the capital, a lot of people spoke English, and it's a very good English. It's like proper good sentence structures and everything, and accent. And it's apparently because when they were watching Hollywood movies in those days, they were not dubbed. It's all the text on the screen. So even my husband speaks with an American accent. Well, he's changed a little bit now in England. He's gone a bit more British. But when we first met, his accent was quite funny. Actually, it was quite American. I just say. You can get by without knowing Romanian, but if you want the full experience and if you want to live in a rural area, it's better if you learn the language. So I started doing it not just with my husband, just persevering with things on sound only, because I find it difficult to learn by audio means only. I need visual aid. So it was actually him who found this app for me. And I tried it, and it's really good because it makes it a bit of a game. So you earn points when you're doing things correctly. And it pronounces things, so it affects you on visual as well as audio side of learning. It helps you learn faster and does little tests as part of the game. So I find it really good. So I want to demonstrate it now.
Soră, mamă, tată, frate, mamă, tată. Aceasta este mama mea. Acesta este tatăl meu. Bună! Soră, frate. Aceasta este sora mea. Acesta este fratele meu. Aceasta este sora mea. Bună! Aceasta este mama mea. Bună! Frate, tată, mamă, soră, Acesta este fratele meu. Acesta este tatăl meu. Aceasta este mama mea. Aceasta este sora mea.
You need Romanian if you want to naturalize there for the citizenship as well, because the language test is part of your citizenship process. So it's not just for the integration, but you also need it for your legal status later on down the line. So it doesn't hurt to learn it anyway, and it will be fun and it will make your life easier, especially in the villages where people do not speak English as well yet. Next, for the next week or two, whilst working on our dream and our idea. Well, we're dealing with the property sales. At the moment it's very slow. We're a bit stuck with the solicitors, which is the pain of everyone's existence, I suppose, who is dealing with a property sale. We're a bit stuck at the bottom of the chain, so it's not our solicitor, it's not our buyer's solicitors, it's the solicitor of the buyer's buyer, because that has to do something with the apartment sale. So we just have to remain patient whilst the bills are piling up. Now, hope you enjoyed it and look forward to see you in the next update.